Greetings, everyone. It's of course the Norwegian guy. My name is Daniel, and today I am going to tackle one Mighty Queen album that I haven't had a chance to review yet. But since I'm seeing Queen later this week, I figured might as well tackle it. And that, of course, is their ninth studio album released back in 1980, and that, of course, is The Game. The Game. Play the game. Uh, and of course, is the first album to actually feature synthesizers because Queen throughout the 70s had a disclaimer in their records that you know what we know synthesizers were used, but this one is the first one to actually have that, and it's probably is I would say it's probably their most commercially successful album to date. But it's and is it as good as some people make it out to be? Maybe, maybe not. Well, I guess we'll see about that. But let's just get into the track listing here. And of course, famously, this is the moment where Freddie started to don his iconic mustache. So I guess that's pretty cool. Of course, it premiered on the Play the Game video, music video. So, but with that, let's just get into this album, okay? So, um, it starts off, of course, with Play the Game, which is this kind of regal and majestic song, and I think it's an absolutely wonderful song, and I really enjoy that one. Yeah, I really do. Then of course we got the mighty do 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 Dragon Attack. Uh, a personal favorite Queen song of mine. I think. Let us all just be honest here. It's way better than the one that is coming up next. I really love the bass work on this. I also really like that even though it's very short and sweet, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Some people might find this song a little meandering, but you know what? I think it's an awesome kind of funky song. And of course it pairs well with, at least in the UK, when a certain song was released as a single, this Dragon Attack was the B side, and I think it's a way and I think honestly, I think Dragon Attack could easily have been a single off of this, which of course brings us into Dung 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 Dung. Another one bites dust. Probably the one of the Queen songs I never need to hear again. Maybe a couple of times a year, but I mean it's cool, it's funky, it has probably one of the most iconic bass lines ever. And of course is the song that Michael Jackson thought Queen should release as a single. And even though Roger Taylor apparently didn't like that, they still put it on the record. They released it as a single and became a number one hit in America. So you got that for you. Then we go into Need Your Loving Tonight. Which to me is kind of fluff, but it's an enjoyable pop song for what it is. I think it's a really cool. I think it's a decent pop tune. I think it is. Then we get a crazy little thing called Love, which is kind of like this kind of typical 1950s rockabilly kind of Elvis rock and roll, which I think is cool. I mean, it's iconic for a reason, and I really do enjoy the song. I really do. Then we get into when we flip the album over, we get Rocket Prime Jive, which I really like the dual vocal duties on this one. It starts off with Freddie singing a portion, and then of course then it's basically given to Roger Taylor, and then he just runs with it, and I think that is pretty cool. I love the use of the synths on this track. I think it actually really benefits the song instead of them just doing kind of maybe studio effects or find another way to do it. I think the incorporation of synths on this is really good. It's good on this, it's good on the works. It's on Hot Space, we're not gonna discuss that. Uh, but anyway, yeah, Rocket Prime Jive, I think is a really cool track. Probably one of the more underrated tracks, I think, from at least from this album. Then you get Don't Try Suicide. Well-intended message, but I think the melody is a little bit too upbeat. Uh, I mean, they're trying. I mean, they're trying to have a kind of a juxtaposition on this, but to me, it really feels more like a clash than a harmony. So I really don't care much for that song at all. Sail Away, Sweet Sister, I really like that one. Really enjoy it. Same thing with also with Coming Soon. It probably, if it wasn't for Dragon Attack, I think Coming Soon probably be my favorite track off of this. And of course, it closes up with a classic track, Insane Me. So I really, really like this album. It has a really cool production. I really think it has a really good sound to it, even though Queen was clearly moving into the 80s. I mean, it's kind of interesting to kind of think, okay, where could they have gone from next if it wasn't for the album that would follow this up? But overall, I think I think it sounds great. I think the performances are great. A good chunk of the songs I think really, really works. So overall, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. So would this be the album for you to start off with? I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad place to start. I mean, it definitely has maybe more of a pop rock sound to it, which I think kind of loses the edge a little bit as far as the classic hard rock sound that Queen had in the 70s. I think, I mean, there are a couple I think should be ahead of this, but it wouldn't exactly be a bad place to start off with either. So with that said, I am going to head out, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to put down why maybe you like this album, maybe why you don't. As long as you're being civil and being open-minded about it, I don't see a problem why we can't have a lively discussion down there. So with that, make sure to share this video, so that way we can create a bigger community for this channel, because you know what, the more the merrier.